to you by the power of God. Hey. We're excited about today's show because, of course, we had Trey and Grant with us the first hour. We've never had such a jam-packed team.
There's so many famous people here.
It's amazing to me.
It's because I got back.
Well, it really is, actually. I would never try to do this by myself because, I get quiet. And
Yeah, you're very shy in front of famous people.
Yeah.
I'm not like that.
But when you're here, you are the wind beneath my wings. Okay, guys, let's get real here.
We have serious questions to ask, don't we?
What is going on in your life, Spencer? What I love talking to you about every time we're together is what you're doing on social media with talking to your fans about life issues. What's the latest things that you're hearing from fans? Tough stuff that we deal with here at Remedy. What do you got?
Tough stuff. A lot of people, since the One of the Kind release, is emailing me about tough bullying situations they go into. Just I was picked on at school, cutting. I mean, I get a lot of emails like that. At least one or two emails a week, just from their different stories of, I don't have very many friends at school. I don't want to go out and do this activity. I mean, I had one person contact me. They said they were hurt at a football game, like almost beat to the point where they had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
And it was just, it's just scary stuff out there, I guess.
And Kimmy's telling us in the chat, apparently today is National Anti-Bully Day.
It is?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Fair
I've been
enough.
so mean to those guys that were just here. Man.
So
I
it's
knew
kind
it was
of
National Day of Prayer. I didn't realize anti-bullying.
poetic justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, I got to ask you guys. I'm going to put you on the spot because that's kind of how I roll. I have watched this trend in people becoming more vicious, more cruel, more just mean. What's the deal? What's the deal with this? Are we trying to protect something when we why does someone hurt somebody else with words? Are we insecure about ourselves? Street Scholar, what do you think?
Yes, I believe so. I work at a middle school here in town.
You know it then.
Yes.
That's a war zone.
And this, I preach it to the kids and say, look, if you are that person who is hurting people with words, it's probably because you have some type of insecurity on the inside.
I'm glad you're saying that.
And some problems that, you may need to work out.
I'm glad you're saying that.
Talk to somebody about it. So.
We work out of an inadequacy of our own self-awareness, I think, at times, and we try to compensate for that, maybe that feeling of not feeling good enough by lashing out at others before they lash out at us. And so if you find yourself bullying, like you're the bully, then you might want to ask yourself why it is that you say some of those things. What's going on inside you, I told you, maybe I did, I don't remember. I was speaking at a high school here locally a couple years ago, and I a big crowd, 700 kids, and I said, what's the deal with kids hanging themselves in their closets because they've been bullied? Why are kids suiciding over this issue? And one young woman stood up and said, they're weak. And I was so horrified by that, that a high school student would say that the student who took their life is weak, when it's the bullies that are the ones doing all the cruel, How can we respond to that kind of an anthem, that the weak are the ones that, or the strong are the ones that should survive? This mentality that you can't
take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you're all about kindness. What kind of a challenge can we give this generation to think about being kind to one another?
Well, you never know what kindness can do to somebody. Just a simple standing up for somebody or bringing to the attention can make a huge difference. I did a school performance at a middle school. That night they had a dance, and I go home, and it was the next day. A person emails me, and they're like, based off what I heard you talk about today, I stood up for my friend, and the bully just walked away, and it hasn't been affected since. And it's like, you never know what that might do. Now, in some cases, bullying might, and being kind to somebody just may not do the trick, But it's just, why not, is what I'm kind of trying to say.
Well, it takes a bigger man or woman to choose to do the right thing and care and be kind to somebody,
right,
than to be kind of go with the flow crowd and be mean and treat each other with disrespect, I think. So I'm getting on my high horse. I'm starting to preach here today. I got to be careful. This is the Gong Show after all.
I needed this last week, so it's all right.
Yeah. I might bully you a little bit because I'm still sad that you were gone all week long. I'll deal with that. Let's have some fun with you guys. I got some trivia here for you. See how smart you guys are.
Okay.
Do you mind if I just see if you got it? What,
He's gonna beat me. I mean,
Well,
he's the
I don't
teacher
know.
here.
listen, street scholar. What academically we would
Exactly.
expect great
Exactly.
things out of you today.
Oh,
so
you smarter than the
going to ask some questions. And this is totally cool. I think specifically for what we do at Remedy. How many texts does the average teenager send each day? What do you think, Street Scholar? We gotta nail this down.
Yeah.
And
I've
this
heard
is
this.
this is 2009. So don't probably lower than what it is today for sure.
I heard this. I've heard this stat before, but I don't remember what it is.
How many texts that? On
You say
average?
700.
700.
Yeah.
This is 2009.
All right.
Oh, in 2009.
Maybe that's a little much. I don't know.
You got some people.
1,000.
It's actually only 74.6. 74.6.
Well,
Now I
2009 was a
guarantee
while
you,
ago.
I guarantee you, it's way more. I bet you put a zero on the end of that easy now. Okay, so
Wow. Well, I was way off.
Yeah.
in a similar fashion of intellect, what percentage of U.S. households have at least one pet dog, Spencer? And this is
Not
of course
this household.
relevant here. What percentage of U.S. households
Have a dog.
have at least one pet dog?
85 to 90%.
Whoa, are you kidding me?
I'm guessing
That's a
that.
good percentage.
37.2%.
Oh my goodness!
Guys,
Really? Like everybody I know has a dog.
I'm not
Yeah.
digging that you guys got what it takes here.
Everybody I know has a dog except for her.
It's true.
Exactly.
I would say way lower. I would say way lower.
You're doing
on
it in
that.
this room. I got
I'm
you.
doing my
feeling
best,
you.
Spencer. I'm
I'm
trying.
feeling it. Well, we're going to come back with these two and ask them some more questions. We're going to get some stuff from them or some questions from them in the chat. We'll put you guys up against the WWJD, which will make you throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't you go anywhere. This is some Lindsay Sterling. Compliments of the Gong Show, RemedyLive.com.